Hello, my friends. Welcome back in. It's years 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 of Winter Wipeout. We had questions at the end of last episode, namely, will the Premier League have lost or gained or stayed the same in terms of continental competition spots? They were down to 3 Champions League and 1 Europa League. So how has that gone? 2, will Chelsea ever recover? And 3, does Tottenham have the same fate as Chelsea? Because they looked like they were on a downward trajectory, my friends. Let's hop in, go straight in, see what has happened to the Premier League. They've currently got the same number of continental spots. We've got Leicester. 5,000 to 1 odds. Leicester has won the Premier League. Oh, Chelsea's back. Oh, I just saw that. Okay, we got Liverpool, Man City, Man United, and Tottenham. Oh, let's go take a look. So obviously, right? So this is, okay, year 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. So here's what happened, because I had to stop and wipe teams out and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of knew some of the things that could happen, but I didn't know about the Champions League spots, nor who would win in year 15. So you've got Liverpool winning the league in year 11, with Man City and Wolves in third. Leicester, again, in the Europa League spot. Everton in 5th. Arsenal in 6th. Watford in 10th. Tottenham in 12th. And, okay, so that was year 11. Year 12, yeah, of course, you got Man United, Man City, Arsenal, Wolves still hanging in there. Leicester drops a little bit. Cardiff doing well. Liverpool, Everton dropping. Watford still down here. And then Tottenham did get relegated, my friends. They went down. Okay? And again, we're going to go back and look at all this stuff with the transfers and all that kind of stuff. So it's a little bit of a different episode. Next year, Man City, Watford in 2nd. Football Manager and Sports Interactive are thrilled. Miles is loving it. Leicester back in 3rd. Everton coming back. Arsenal still not in the running here. Liverpool, Wolves drops down pretty significantly. Hello. Brentford made it all the way to the Prem. I actually missed that when I was doing that. So they've been on a bit of a run, you could say. Here we've got Watford winning the league. Watford have won the Premier League in 2030/31 with Manchester and Leicester again staying strong. I mean, yay for Watford. But look at this run. I mean, they took full advantage, and they've done some. Obviously, it's all about the good business they've done to come in 2nd and then 5th. They've been right up there, and they finally have broken through. They've won the league. Wolves back to Europa League. Arsenal still not making the Liverpool not doing well. Chelsea, who came up from the previous season, going right back down. Tottenham obviously came right back and just barely hanging on. I'm loving this. And then Leicester wins the league with Bournemouth, Wolves, and Watford. There's your new top 4, people. Leicester, Bournemouth, Wolves, and Watford. Enjoy. Arsenal still in 5th. Man City dropping off, which was, right? If we go back, they were in 2nd. They didn't get wiped out. They got wiped out here. So that's a bit interesting. And then Man United with a significant drop to 17th. It was so shocking, I couldn't even speak. I mean, they were in 16th. I guess I missed that there. 16th the year before. 13th. Maybe it was the wipeout here, and they just didn't do good business after that. That is shocking. Liverpool dropping as well. So again, I'm wondering if this is, you're starting to see the big teams struggle because of the drop in the league reputation, maybe. So Chelsea's back. Okay, who got Chelsea, Hull, and Leeds, and we've got Hull's not back. Well, I guess we could just look at who is coming up. Chelsea, Birmingham City, and Preston North End have made it back to the Prem. So, okay, so let's go back. Oh, man. Chelsea. I'm just curious, if we go to the dropping to 5th. So is this what we're starting to see? Is the big teams are struggling because the league as a whole is struggling? and they're not doing well potentially, I guess, in the Champions League. So that's dropping their coefficient and maybe the marketing dollars. I don't know. I'm not well versed in that part of Football Manager to know. Can we go back and look at the past winners? Okay, so let's go back. Okay, you're not. Tottenham finished runner-up in 1920. And then nobody making any kind of an impact in the Champions League. What about the Europa League? I mean, I guess I could look at like each round and all that kind of stuff, but let's just look at it at a high level. Okay, Leicester winning the Europa League back-to-back years and coming in runner-up 2 years prior to winning it back-to-back. Tottenham winning it in 18-19. Stoke with the runner-up in 2022/23. Bournemouth with the runner-up in 26-27. So they've had a little more success in the Europa League just in terms of getting to the top level and all that kind of stuff. So is that what is impacting the bigger clubs in the Premier League? Or is the revenue not coming in like it used to? And so that's starting to damage the reputation of the league and thus the bigger teams. So let's go back. So it's 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. So Liverpool. Let's take a look at their transfers. Okay, so we wiped them out. They had already arranged. It's in euros. All right, so they had already arranged to bring in 6.75 million, and then they brought in Freeze after that because you ain't got no money, and sold 36 million. And okay, that looks like a majority of that, assuming that this 32.5 million wasn't prearranged. That's all after the fact. So essentially 30 million out to make up for already having spent 7 million and then getting wiped out. The next season, nobody in for a transfer fee, all Freeze, and they sold 29 million. The next season kind of stabilized, got some of that money back in, building up the bank balance more even. 49 million in, 37 million out. And then last season, 6.5 million in, 13.25 out. So that's a bit curious. And thus far this season, it's fairly even. So, okay, that was why am I doing this? What am I doing? That was Liverpool. And then obviously you see the next season they dropped to 7th. Okay, so then we got to keep up with this. Man United. If we go, okay. There we go. Big sell-off. 95 million out. Okay, and this one may have already been arranged. Who knows? But still, the 42 million off of 95 million is 53 million. It is still 53 million after the fact. So 53 million, and they did go afterwards and spend 6.75, but one massive sell, essentially. And then after the fact, another 22.5 million out with 3.9 million in. So not the massive ones. And then 68. I mean, they are tanking, my friends. It's not the NBA. You can't get the lottery draft. And then finally here last season, kind of a little bit of a stabilization. And then, I mean, nothing. So we have done some significant damage to Manchester United. Okay. And that's why you see next season they dropped to 13th. Liverpool back to 6th. And then Man City wins 29-30. Okay, let's take a look at what happened after we wiped them out. So 29-30. They win the league. So then we wiped them out. Nobody coming in for wages. Sold 77 million. 27 million right after being wiped out. So maybe they were like, okay, panic, sell. And then a 49.5 million in the January window. Two massive sells going on. And then, oh my, 101 million the year after that with 17 million coming in. Talk about massive outflows, building up the bank balance. Thus far this season, 26 million in. So maybe they've kind of gone like, okay, we got our money back. We're back to being stable. See how that goes. Okay, and this is where we see Man United going down to 16th. Liverpool struggling to 9th. Man City, of course, like, yeah, we're good. We're in 2nd. Watford wins the league. We are going to check on Tottenham and then Chelsea. Don't worry. I have not forgotten that. Watford here. Okay, what year was this? They win in 30-31. So we just wiped them out in 30-31. So 31-32, 12.5 million in, 30 million out. Some of those being before, right? Before we wiped them out. So after we wipe them out, they don't bring anybody in, essentially. And then, okay, this was probably already arranged. So you gotta, call it 9.25. That's, call it 12 million. And some, and then a 5.25. So 17.25 essentially going out after the fact, after they were wiped out. And then this season, only 195K out. Nothing else happening there. That's what is quite interesting, my friends. And then Leicester, who obviously we're not going to see what happened because we haven't wiped them out yet. But Watford dropping to 4th, which is, I mean, after being wiped out, and you're Watford, respectable. Man City, unexpected, drops to 6th after having been in 2nd. So it's kind of like, okay. And then you see Liverpool dropping further. Tottenham, a little bit of a recovery, and then Man United struggling. So let's go. Okay, I need to go back to figure out when Tottenham last won. I mean, it has been a while, my friends. 2021 was the last time Tottenham won the league. Let's just go back to their transfers year 11 through 15, okay? So this is 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. 63 and 74, fairly even. 54 and 34.5, fairly even. Then they hit problems. 17.75 million in and 29 and 30. We'll go look at the results there that were leading into this season, probably the 29 or 28-29 season, with 118 million out. The following season, back to even, fairly even in 31-32, and then fairly even now. So what happened in 28 and 29? Okay, 27-28, they're in 12th. 28 and 29, they got relegated. So that's what it was. They went down, and it was like, beep, beep, sell everything. But then they were able to, no, not the next year, come back up. But the following year, able to crawl and grab their way up with Chelsea, who go right back down. Okay, last one we're going to look at before we wipe out Leicester is going to be Chelsea. I mean, just look at that chart. Look at that chart. Oh, relegated in 21-22. Relegated again in 26-27. Promoted right back. Okay, we're in it. 5th. That's playoffs, right? Don't make it. Next season, 5th. Get through the playoffs. Get relegated again. Win the league. Win the Champions League. Or the championship the following season. So, let's go. Oh, goodness. So, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. 11.25, 19.5, 83 million. Okay, 28-29. Is that when they came back up? No. They finished 5th. So that's weird. They finished 5th, and they were still able to bring in, I mean, 31 million. Where's the other? There's got to be another massive one, right? And I'm just not seeing it. 14.75. Where's the other? There's got to be another massive one that I don't see. I mean, or is it just onesie twosies? 4 million here, 3, 4. Oh, okay. 68 million the season after that. Okay, 29-30. That's when they got promoted. So when were the purchases? At the beginning part of the season. So they spent a lot of money to build up the squad for 29-30. Then they win promotion through the playoffs. Okay. 30-31. They're investing, right? 47 million in, 4.9 million out. This is 30-31. And then disaster strikes. They get relegated, but they still are investing. 31-32. That's what I think is a little weird. Right? So they were still able to attract players to say, like, hey, come play for us. We're going to go right back up. And then they go right back up, and they brought nobody in. So the reputation is to national, which is not exactly fantastic. But I don't know. I think that's fairly interesting, my friends. Same thing with Tottenham. They're regional. They're not even national yet. A little bit of a dip. We're not even going to show the dip. We're just going to show that they went down and came right back up. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to see here. Move along. So Leicester has won the league, my friends. Now the question. Okay, let's go wipe out Leicester before I forget. Hello. Continental reputation. Doing well. They were doing well. We're going to inflict damage. What is that? 44 million in the bank? 44 million. We'll wipe everything out. No sugar daddies. So now the question, and again, we're going to look at, I'm going to do this, I think, one more time. Years 15 or 16 through 20. Will some of the current real day top 6 go down? Right? So we've got these teams here. Chelsea have made it back. You've got Tottenham and Man United and Liverpool all in the bottom half. So will we see a continuation of that? Will all these teams go down? Will Arsenal ever break back into a Champions League, Europa League spot? What happens to the Premier League? Currently 5th reputation league in Europe. Will they go down to 6th? Will they lose another spot? What's going to happen with Man City? All kinds of questions to answer, my friends. So make sure you hit that like button and leave a comment. And we're going to hop ahead 5 more years. We will see you next time. Check out the stuff that's going to be popping up over here, and have a good one.